welcome back to the channel. We did a quick series this weekend with the boys, Uche, Kazi, and Ayo, our own resident Man United fan. We're just going through some interesting topics, what's going on right now in the Premier League, transfers, issues with the Man United backroom, and just exploring what all of that involves. And hopefully, you guys have fun. Hopefully, you guys have things to comment about things you relate to and what we discuss. And yeah, just try to have fun with it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thanks, guys. See you next time.
All right, guys, we are live. Started recording. So we have a number of issues to discuss today. So people are going to be defending themselves today. Unfortunately, we only have one rival fan here, so we'll try to take it easy on Ayo today. So what do you guys think about the Man United game, the
I
Tottenham Man
think
United game?
I think the Man U fan should speak first.
Okay, we'll let Ayo get the chance to defend himself first.
Wait, it's not myself. I'm not defending. I'm defending my own. I'm not even defending myself. Let me defend the team.
Okay.
The team's shame because
Anyhow you want
this
to
is the thing,
defend
right?
it.
Okay, the game. I don't know. I don't know what the game plan was. I already said it. Like I said to Uche, the like a few weeks ago, Mourinho was going to back the bus. You know that's the system. He's not going to change it. Whether it's playing a small team or a big team, he's going to always pack the bus. Okay, he packed the bus. We started off well, and they stuck with their system. It worked. Apart from the silly mistakes from Maguire and Martial, this the problem now is the coach. I guess his players do their own thing, but you can't be losing 3-1 with a red card and not even okay. Come to the side of the pitch and give instructions and tell your players, okay, do this, do that. The coach just sat there, crossed his legs, and just been wondering days, like, okay, he has no clue what's happening. Like, what kind of coach would do that? I guess
But
we have.
but in his defense, I think watching him over the time, that's the way he acts.
Okay, okay,
He
I
rarely comes
understand.
out to motivate. That's not his style.
Okay, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I
that's
understand
fair.
he really comes out much free, but now he's trying to show that he only relies on individual brilliance from a player,
Yeah.
and he has
I
no
see that
he
from
has no
him.
tactical knowledge of okay what to do in a situational scenario. Like
Yeah.
it's just like okay, the players will figure it out. You can't come to the side of the pitch and say okay, you guys are lost. This is what I think you should do. It does not have that awareness. It's just like okay, we're losing, we're
But
winning. Whatever
I've
happens, happens.
I've always said that he relies more on players' individual brilliance than actually, you know, relying on his tactics to carry the day. But another thing that Uche just brought up that I have not considered before, but that's a good point. So managers, it's not their style to come to the touchline and say, do this, do that, do that. They wait till they get into the dressing room
Exactly.
and then they relay their tactics. So I don't know if that's his style, but I think a little bit his demeanor and his appearance work against him too, because you look at him and he just looks like he's clueless, but it's because he's
No, I think, but that's not the way he was when after COVID and he started playing. He just
yeah.
started this season, and I feel he himself is losing some type of morale
Of course.
because from what I heard, they did not give him one single transfer in the first
Exactly. I
place.
was going to come to that actually. Everything he requested, they
Everything
refused
he
to give him,
requested, they didn't give
which is
him
the
one
same
of
issue
them.
that Mourinho had
Exactly, and
as
everybody
well.
turned to Mourinho that he was the one that was cutting the team. At a point in time, we have to look at the board and Woodward and all of them, and things have to change. It's not you can't just be having new coaches over and over again and expect something to change without changing something in the board. Like us now, Edu came in and things started changing a bit. Woodward is a big problem for Man U.
That's another.
about the game, bro. Like when afterwards it was like 3-1. I was like, well, I was like, I'm done watching this game, like because like just like how you said, they started like, right. Everything was good at first, right? But then
It was not good at first. Too.
I mean,
It was.
they
It
started
was.
to
It
What?
was. It was
It was.
1-1 until
Yeah. But once they equalized
and
from there, even before the
I
red
feel
card, it
like
was not good. Though.
the problem with Man U is like I don't think they what's it called like the back the difference and the keeper they have competition. Like
Yes.
you know,
No,
so it's your job.
I think
You know,
for the keeper they have competition, but I don't know why they don't want to
They don't
make.
really have competition. They should, because in my opinion, Henderson should really be the number
That's
one.
what I'm saying.
But De Gea is
Henderson
safe
is
because he knows that they're not going to take him off, and that's the problem.
but that's the coach's fault because
Yeah,
Henderson should be playing.
yeah.
because
But when it comes to the defense, I've been saying it, man. What are you doing? Even forget about buying Sancho. What of your defense? What of your defense? I said it over and over again. At a point in time, you have to cut your losses with Maguire and Pogba.
But
Those
you know
two
what?
guys.
Man U's defensive problems, in my opinion, they have more to do with the team's tactics than individuals. No, yeah,
Yeah,
we see a lot.
I disagree.
We see a
I
lot of stupid
disagree.
individual mistakes. We see a lot of stupid individual mistakes, but those are things that I feel like if the team is playing as a unit, at least back there, if they have a capable, if Mourinho is managing that defense, I bet you it's not going to look like that. The team might not be scoring. They might not be scoring as many goals. They might not be scoring as many goals, but the defense is not going to be looking like that.
I disagree because why?
Not with players with what's his name? What's the right back? What's his name again?
sure.
Wan Bissaka.
Yeah, you can't have Wan Bissaka, Maguire. These are they are quality players. Forget what Maguire was doing. They are
This is why I
quality.
disagree. You said, oh, it's because of tactical issues. Okay, you're telling me, let's say Wan-Bissaka is attacking. You're telling me no one is there to cover for him. That's what you're saying.
But that's probably okay. If you're the manager right now,
If you
you're
remember that Brighton game, I don't want to go back all the way, but you saw how many times he crossed the ball
yeah,
to
yeah,
that side.
yeah.
Nobody there to cover for
But
him.
that's not entirely a player issue, in my opinion. If you're the manager right now, you're seeing this in training. It didn't just happen magically on the pitch. You've seen this has probably happened in training. Let's assume it didn't happen in training. You've seen it in one or two games. It's your job to coach the team out of that bad habit. Is that's your job. And if you're giving these players these instructions and they're not following these instructions, then you take him off. That's and play someone else that's going to play to your.
The coach,
I mean, it's easier
the
said
coach,
than done, but that falls under the coaches, in my opinion. That at least that's how I see it. If we're going to call a manager a genius for winning trophies and for playing tiki taka, then they should also take the blame for when stuff like that happens. Now, no matter
Yeah,
how good a manager you are, you
personally,
cannot.
I don't think you should apportion most of the blame to the manager.
I would say most, but they have their parts.
You have
Like the
your
manager
part.
can never stop.
The
The manager
management
has
has
nothing
its
to
part,
do
and
with
the players
Maguire
also
going
have their
to.
part.
Yeah, the manager
Yeah,
can't stop
the manager
Maguire
cannot
from going to
control
mark his own
Maguire
player, for
marking
instance.
in the defense instead of marking another player. There's nothing the manager can do about that.
I can't blame the manager for that. Like
Exactly.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
You said someone said something about morale, like the coach is losing morale. I feel like when the coach start losing morale, the players start losing morale. So let's give an example like Arsenal. When what's that coach before Arteta?
Emery.
I don't want to say his name because I hate that guy. Emery, whatever his name is, right? Like at one point, like he lost it. Like, we all know that guy lost it. But guess what happened to Arsenal? That time, what was that time? They kept losing games, tying games. They would score a goal. 98
Right.
minutes, 2-1. So like once the coach start losing morale, like I mean, you said don't blame everything on coach and stuff like the manager and stuff. But I feel like that coach has a major part to do. I mean, I understand they didn't give him what he wanted and stuff like that, but with the squad Man U has, that team is still capable of the same. If they have
Exactly.
good, I mean, come on, look at what happened when Bruno came. When Bruno came,
Yeah.
everything changed for Man U. Everything changed from them. They went from like to so like right now. I just like I don't know, maybe they need to have a meeting in their house or something like that.
But you know that's what you just mentioned. That's
After you
another
have
big problem that Man U has.
Maguire, the most expensive defender in the world or whatever you want to call it.
AKA
And
the
then
fridge.
the fridge. But like after that game, right? How are you defense on your own play? It doesn't make sense to me. It does not make sense to me. Like,
if I tell you I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
do you guys not communicate like at least? Oh, leave. Communicate.
Leave communicate. Is he blind? How you gonna be marking your own player?
I just like after that I was like, no, it's gonna be a tough night. Man. It's gonna be a tough. And then like what's it called when Son scored that first goal, right? Like, bro, you saw Kane right there, and just let him run past you. And I said that about that thing was that I don't think when they were, I mean, you know how like in basketball, right, like they practice for the squad, like how they're gonna play against that squad, right?
What's that?
I don't think I don't think what's this people's name? Manu knew someone was gonna play. Because I feel like when they saw Son on the squad, it was a
But
No,
different
let me tell you the truth.
you
Let
have
me
to
tell you
plan
the
for
truth
that,
is
though. You have to plan for that.
that's the thing. He was playing stupid mind games with a coach that you shouldn't play mind games
Guy, even
with.
people that play
And
in
you know,
FPL, some people when they play FPL self, they were still suspect, okay, someone can play and they plan for it. How can you, a whole
see,
Manchester United manager,
this is
not
why
plan for
I
that?
don't want to go back to 10 years ago. Ferguson would never lose that kind of mind game. He will prepare for every scenario. That's what I'm saying. This guy, okay, he set up the team. Cool. Son played. He didn't have any other plan going forward after setting up the team. Now it was okay. Oh, if Rashford scores or if Martial scores or it's up to them. There's no okay. Son is in. Let's change this thing. Let's maybe okay play three defenders and back up the middle of the field. Or nothing like that happened. The guy just sat down like okay, what
Like
will be will be.
what Kazi was saying, you can even tell like whenever something good happens for Man United, it has something to do with something that one player did. It's rarely ever a team thing. It's not okay, only did this and okay. It's like okay, somebody got tackled and Bruno scored, or Marshall caught three players and he scored. It's always something individual. It's rarely ever something to do with the general tactics of the team. And I feel like even Chelsea do better in that regard. Like even though they fail sometimes, you can kind of see a little bit of the system. You can see a little bit of the
We'll,
system. That's the
we'll
thing.
get to Chelsea, but no, I disagree with you. But we'll get to Chelsea.
Let's just talk about Poch now, since we're on Man U already. Like I've
Yeah.
been hearing news that all these days are numbered, or potentially, anyways. The United have been in talks with Pochettino. They're considering replacing Oli with Pochettino. What do you think, Ayo? Let's make the
My,
Man United fans start again.
Personally, see, I won't even mind Poch because at least I'll know I have a coach where if something goes wrong, he has like at least a solution. If the solution doesn't work right there and there, he might try again next week. I don't want a coach where okay, you're just setting up the same and give me your best. Like I don't, that thing is just it's like it's always sad when you see him do that.
I think it's still going to be hard for Pochettino. Even
I
when
get see, I guess it's going to be hard for Pochettino regardless because one, it's not English, no other extra. It's going to be hard.
even when
But
Ferguson was there, they gave him maybe because of his status or star, they gave
no, he
him
didn't
what
have to
he
start with
wanted.
this.
No. I mean, in the late 90s, he already
Oh,
had it. They gave him the players he wanted. He Ronaldo played against Man U. He played against Man U. He saw Ronaldo play. He went to tell the board, "I want this player next season," and they got him. The same thing with Evra, they got him. The same thing with Ferdinand, they got him. The same thing with Vidic, they got him. So
but
a coach cannot be asking for. I understand what happened in the past that Man U spent so much and they didn't deliver. But right now,
What was that
they
again?
got
Like
almost the
1
same
billion
things they've been doing
euros? Was
before. They got like an AKA Falcao part two. Like they got similar.
hey,
It hasn't worked. Why are you going down the
I
same
think
route?
it's even worse than Falcao because
And like
at
Evra
least
said,
Falcao was supposed to start. I think.
I think they were testing themselves. They were looking at who is going. Maybe one person is bluffing or one person is not bluffing. They tell you this player costs 120 million. Arsenal does that shit too. So sorry. This player costs 120 million. You are bidding 80 million, 90 million. So you are just poking the bear, basically. You're poking to see
You,
whether you know it's not going to work.
you know what I
And
think?
the drag through from last season till transfer market was over.
I think with this Sancho transfer, Man U they were trying to make a point. They were trying to remove this stigma around the club about they're just gonna give us a price and we're gonna pay it. They're trying to stop that, basically erase that reputation. I think they were
Yeah,
trying to
but
use
they
Sancho
were
transfer
trying
to
to
make that
they were
point.
trying to call their
but
bluff with
Yeah,
Dortmund's
but
bluff. But Dortmund
you know
has done
what?
it before.
You know what? That's stupid because they did the same thing with Bruno last year too.
Right.
no, but Bruno was not as it
They
was
did
not
the
as high.
same thing with,
It
it's
wasn't as high
stupid.
profile. It wasn't as high
What are
profile.
you trying to do?
Bruno's transfer was not as high profile as Sancho. Like the Sancho
It was still the same price.
was
You don't understand. They
is all
asked
over the
for
place.
60 million back then during the summer. Paid the 60 million. You refused. You waited until when you were deep in mess. Okay, you needed resurrection. You now brought on Bruno. You paid the same 60 million they told you to pay 6 months ago. Like, what's the
It's,
point? What are you
it's the
thinking?
same game. It's the same game, and I
So
think
my
I think
so
it's
the
the
problem
board
now
trying to
is
do
not
that.
just his coach. The board has a lot to. I mean,
So
I
are you
mean,
right now today?
um,
If they
I've
give you a
said it
choice,
that
if they give you a choice today, fire Oli today and install Poch over this international window, you take it, yes or no?
That's it. That's a yes, though. I mean, based on what I just said, because like you said, I can
I
I would
empathize.
say
mean,
yes.
let the man
Because
answer.
I
Yeah,
would say
okay.
yes. But Uche has brought up a point where it's the board also. Like,
It,
for a while, I didn't want to blame the board, but man,
the,
if
the
those
truth
Saudi
is,
guys come again,
the truth is,
if
I
the
see
Saudi guys come again,
if
they
Poch
should they
comes,
should.
they might have a little resurrection for
yeah, yeah.
maybe till the end of the season. What happens next season? It happens over and over again.
That's true. That's true. I agree with you. The board to me, the board is most of the
I
problem.
mean,
But in my opinion, there's no how that this Man United team does not do better with Pochettino as the manager. There's no. I just don't
Okay,
see how
let me give you,
will
let
do
me
better.
ask you a question. Why was Mourinho fired?
I don't
the
even know how to answer that
they
question.
chose the
But
player over
Exactly,
that one was said.
basically, they chose the players over him. That's
They
basically
chose
what
the player
happened.
over
okay.
the coach.
Number one. You know why I don't agree with them firing Oli? He has had he hasn't had up to one season. Did he
He
start the season
has
last?
he has played like
Yes,
a season and a half
they
now.
started the
Okay,
season last year.
a season and a half. To me, I think a coach's, as long as he's not going to relegate you. This is like the fourth game, and how many points does Man you have? I think he needs a
Hey,
little time. I think he needs a little time. No, when
I
I say
didn't hear that.
relegate, I'm
As long
not.
as it does not relegate you.
No. I'm not saying
Okay,
no,
right
no,
now.
not relegate you. Like let me give you an example now. I'd rather a coach loses 6-1 and the next three games he has maybe one draw and two wins than a coach loses 1-0. The next game he draws, the next game he loses 2-1. Whether you like it or not, your points is points that add up and the morale of the team. If you keep losing 1-0, 1-0, 2-1, maybe you draw, it's worse than, okay, look at last season. Chelsea lost 4-0 in the first game. Everybody thought Lampard was going to be useless. And over a stretch of the season, the team started gelling and playing better. For him just to lose 6-1 and you fire him, you can't keep doing that without addressing the root problem, which is the board.
Fair enough, fair enough. But for me, it's not really about the 6-1. Like the club is looking at it as the 6-1 is an embarrassment, and then being at Old Trafford again, no less. But for me, it's just
Yeah, Chelsea lost 4-0 at home too.
the way I see it. The problems have always existed. It's not like the 6-1 happened and now it's oh my god, all of a sudden there are problems. But it's people have been able to avoid the problems and ignore them, and the 6-1 just brought it to in like in your face. Nobody can avoid it anymore. Now it's obvious to you what the problems are. Like before now, whenever you talk about United, oh, they don't have good defense. Like you said, you've been saying it since, but people will say no. Maguire is this. Some people
To
tell you
me,
Maguire is better than Van Dijk, but you see it now. Now with the 6-1, you can't
But
avoid it anymore.
who in their right mind would say Van Dijk is better? No,
I
Maguire is
mean, I
better.
probably see people have
delusional
said it.
fans, but to me, Oli should stay to at least December. I don't think it makes sense firing him right now.
I mean, see, they don't have to fire him. They can do the Lumberg system and just put him as an assistant coach. I'm okay with him sitting in the back and okay, giving his opinion.
It's not gonna. I don't think it's
That
gonna
can't
work
work
like that.
anymore, though. You can't do
It's not
that
can't
anymore.
work anymore.
It's too late for that. You can't do that anymore.
Can't work anymore.
The new manager coming in won't even want that because it's not going to be a conducive environment. But I think while that makes sense, the problem with Man United is the club is too proud. They're never if they want to fire Oli, they're not going to wait till December because now what they're especially if the poor results continue, now they're thinking where are we going to end up? If they think waiting till December means they're going to finish seventh, they're going to fire him now. And I don't see the results getting better soon. Like they're playing Newcastle next week. I think That's not going to be an easy game. I don't think it's going to be an easy game. Then there's Chelsea after that. I'll go on the limb now. I think Chelsea are going to beat Man United. I think, unless I don't know what kind of
I think
magic Ole is
I
going
don't
to
think
pull
Chelsea
out.
is going to Man U.
Unless they have like two penalties that game. I don't know.
I don't think Chelsea, like the Chelsea I'm seeing now, will be Man U. See, you're not looking at things. The Spurs that played Man U was like the Spurs that played Arsenal, that beat Arsenal maybe 4-1, or was it 4? I can't remember. Son is on form. This other guy is on form, and they had a red card. If Man U didn't have a red card, even after 3-1, I still see that game getting tighter. Maybe 3-2 and get tighter. I will not be calling for Oli's head like this.
I think Spurs were always going to win that game. I think they
No,
were
no,
always
no. I'm
going
not
to win
saying
that
Spurs
game.
are not going to win. But is it going to be an embarrassment?
And
That's
no, not an embarrassment, but they were always going to win that game. And I think why
another
that's
problem we
important.
need to talk about is Pogba. I don't think his mind is in the club anymore. He has come out several times to say, "Oh, it's a dream to play for Real Madrid," and his mind is not in the club anymore. To me, I think he just wants to finish out this season and just leave.
Before we hop into that one, let me just say one last thing. I think the reason why what happened with Tottenham is going to make a difference is the big difference between Ole and Lampard that I've noticed is Lampard knows how to adapt. He knows how to learn. He knows how to learn from experiences, even his
I don't think
opponent's
so. To me, I think
experiences,
Lampard.
and
I think Lampard looked at.
adapt his team to
I
it.
think Lampard looks at other coaches sometimes and sees, okay,
He does.
how can I emulate this?
He
What this
does.
person is doing?
That's part of my point. He
Just the
does.
same way Werner is playing on the. He looked at Aubameyang as
Exactly.
Aubameyang was a striker. Can I emulate what Aubameyang did coming from the left? So he put
That
Werner on the left.
that's part of what I'm saying. I think Lampard is the type of manager that can look at that Spurs game and take positives from what Spurs did and use it against United again.
But does he have the players to do it though? Abraham is not.
I believe he has the play. He has enough players to do it. And the problem is
Who are the players?
by then won't Pulisic be back by then? He should be back. He should be back by then.
Okay.
Pulisic should be back by then. Ziyech might even be back by then.
Pulisic will be back, but he won't be 100%. Let's say he'll be back, even if he's back. I don't see anything changing.
I don't think it's going to be a matter of quality. If Crystal Palace can beat Man United, it's going to be more of a mindset and a tactical thing than a matter of quality. It's not going to be. And Chelsea do have some quality. They do have quality. Let's not get it wrong. I mean,
if you're talking about Pulisic, I agree with
yet.
you. But
yeah,
if you're talking about Pulisic, I agree with you. But there's nobody in Chelsea that is like Son.
But the thing with Chelsea is it's not one thing I like about the team is it's not a team that relies on individual brilliance. Apart from Pulisic is the outlier there. Whenever Pulisic is on the pitch, he's able to produce magic. But apart from that, usually it's a team effort.